Hey, everybody, Yankee here. This is not our nightly live chat, by the way. This is just me venting because I am very pissed. I've been fighting with YouTube again. For those of you who don't know, YouTube actively discriminates against certain channels. And they basically showed that recently in some things I'll talk about here in a minute. But today I've been fighting with them again over one of my videos and whether I'm selling firearms in my video. Uh, there's certain things YouTube checks it for, and they use these things to demonetize your channel, give you strikes, try to get rid of you. And if you don't fight everything they do, you'll be screwed. My channel would have been gone a long time ago if I didn't fight every time they gave me a strike or uh, turned off my live chats because I supposedly broke a law or a rule or something. So they definitely want to get rid of certain channels. Now, it's not all gun channels. If you're divisive and fear mongering, they love that. That's big money. And it doesn't go counter to the wishes of the people who own the program, that own YouTube. So I just want to talk today about what has been going on. And here's a perfect example of how they lie, how they discriminate, and how they definitely sabotage channels that they don't want on the air, that isn't serving their purpose. The main purpose of my channel, I think everyone knows, is to grow the gun community, to educate the gun community, to have people that can actually defend what the Second Amendment's all about and encourage those people to be inclusive and get rid of old prejudices, etc. Want to make the Second Amendment great again, I guess we should say. The second priority of my channel is to help animal charities. I think everybody knows that too, and veterans charities, some, and also to help people out there that can't afford a firearm but would like to be able to defend themselves and their family. We run TYMP, we run Pets and Vets, etc. And that's why support for the channel is so important, because we don't really make money off our videos because they're constantly demonetizing me. And also, well, they've shadow banned me. I used to be part of a network, and they let the network know I was going to be shadow banned. So the network said, "Hey, you went out of your contract." Uh, but the network never did anything for me anyway, so it wasn't like that was a big deal. But the very fact that they said they're going to shadow ban me, that I wasn't going to show up in searches anymore or random displays, random suggestions and stuff, because my content was not user friendly or advertiser friendly. Well, I put up a video the other day, and it's a video called Hands-On All New Smith & Wesson Metal 2.0 Comp. That's the new compensated Smith & Wesson model. And I've been fighting with them about whether I'm selling handguns in that. They delete channels like Sporting Systems and stuff on YouTube, Facebook, etc. if they ever even so much as mention a price. Or so, you got to be careful when you show a gun. I don't know how some YouTubers get away with it when others can't, but sometimes they do. I think it's if you're selling something in a sponsored manner and you don't do it in a certain way, you can get away with it. But I don't take sponsorship, so I don't do that. But basically, they said, "Hey, you're selling a gun in this video." And here's the video. I will show you here real quick. How do I share the channel? I'm on YouTube here. So, okay, here it is. Here's the actual video. You won't be able to hear it, but I'll just show it to you here real quick. It's just a quick video. I'm just showing the gun, talking about the features of the gun. I never mention where you can buy it. I never mention the price. I don't show any websites. I don't even tell you where I'm at, really. But that's the video right there. I don't know why that picture is getting so shitty. But as I was saying, that is the video. Why is this flat quality? Put it up better quality. Maybe it'll look better. There we go. Now it looks better. But that's the video. And that's all I do throughout the whole thing. You can see it's less than 3 minutes long. And I stopped showing the gun at about the 2-minute, 6-second mark. From there forward, you don't see the gun anymore. Well, I dispute this. I say, I'm not selling a gun. I at no time list a price. I at no time even show a website. I at no time tell anybody where to go and get one. I don't even tell anybody to buy one. I just say, hey, I like this gun. It's cool. But they decide, well, in our infinite wisdom, we're going to let you know that you're wrong. And they said, thanks for reaching out, blah, 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 getting a video tagged as limited ads and all this other stuff, which I don't know what that's got to do with it. I didn't even mention limited ads. But it does say, well, after we reviewed your video, we found promotion of the sale of a firearm at 2:16 p.m. and the description of the video. Well, first off, let's look back at let's keep that in mind, the description of the video. And they say at 2:16 in the video, you're promoting the sale of a firearm. Well, that's what they said. So let's go look at the video again here and look at 2:16 and the description. Window again. Here we go. All right, here's the video again. Here's the description. I don't even mention the gun in the description. I don't ever put anything about what the video is about in my description. All I got in my description is links to my not my backup channel, and how you can support the channel. I don't have anything about any guns or anything in that actual description. But let's go to 2:16, where they say, ooh, you're promoting sales of a gun at 2:16. Well, that's funny. The video is already way over. So here we are at 2:15. Let's start playing right here and get to 2:16. There we go. There's 2:16. Save the 40s roster running. So I'm like, how am I selling a gun at 2:16 in the video? Doesn't make a lot of sense to me. So I email them back and I say, listen, at 2:16, there's a scroll running. I'm not selling anything. And you see right there where I say that. Not promoting a firearm. There's nothing in the description. And then they send me back another letter, and I know this is form letter shit because a lot of it's got nothing to do with what my complaint was. And then it goes on to say that they've looked and they confirmed that the violation was found at 2:16 and in the description. 2:16, there's not the videos. The video's over at 2:16. It's just running a scroll of my supporters. And in the description, as we just saw, there's nothing. They just blatantly lie. They don't care. And they don't have to back up their lie. They just have to repeat their lie. And, I guess that makes it truth because they keep repeating the lie. And that's the kind of crap they do. That right there. Someone just said about putting the link in for PayPal. I don't want to put the PayPal link in right here. If you want to donate, come to the chat tonight or use YouTube, I guess, while you're here now. But as I was saying, also another thing that I was talking about earlier, how they blatantly discriminate and hold back channels, sabotage them. The last week of January, I noticed a large uptick in all my analytics. I was like, what the fuck? Why are people suddenly liking my channel? My views went through the roof. My subscribers went from like 3 a day to 250 a day. I was like, everything just went up, everything. I even earned $37 one day, which is high for my channel. I was like, what's going on here? They were even giving me all my super chats. As everyone knows, when I do super chats on YouTube, they end up taking about half of them every time, saying they're inappropriate and we're going to give them to charity, which I doubt they do. And 2, that's illegal anyway, to engage in a transaction and then take the money and do something else with it, lower their own tax rates, what they're doing with it. So, like I said, everything for a week was going through the roof. So I started looking, saying, why is everything going through the roof? What is going on? Well, I wasn't able to find anything that said and here's an example. Here's my analytics. Blah, 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 blah. One clip from my analytics. And boom, this week right here, the last week of January, everything just freaking exploded. This just basically gives you kind of an overview of views, subscribers, everything, and boom, just huge. And then drops back off suddenly on the 1st and 2nd, back down to normal on the 2nd. And I was trying to find out before the 1st and 2nd came, I started looking around to see if there was any reason why my channel was doing so well. Maybe somebody had mentioned me. I couldn't find anything like that. So I started looking in the YouTube forums where, you know, the bigger channels hang out and get questions answered, etc. And I found a couple of different responses to people's problems. Like they were saying, I'm not getting as much traffic, or my views are down, or my analytics are down. And YouTube responded to several people saying, during the last week of January, some algorithms will be offline because we're doing some updates. We're changing the way we do some things. So during the last week of January, you might see some disruption in your service because the algorithms are offline, and they'll be back in February. Well, that's funny that when their algorithms were offline, my channel explodes. And then the day they come back on, whoop, back down to nothing. So I think that's incredibly odd, because you notice, like right here, this here's where, you know, the week of, and then here's the first and the second back down to normal. That's when the algorithms came back online. So to me, that says it looks like they're using algorithms to artificially hold down certain channels, prevent your videos from being seen, preventing you from getting subscribers. I've told people many times, every time I get 100 subscribers, they take 100 away the next day. Every time I get fit, and it's not like it's 100 every day. It's like if I get 62 today, they take away 62 the next day. It's just the way they do it. They fuck with you. Occasionally they'll let me have 1 or 2 subscribers a day. And that's usually because they come in a different way than the other ones. They come in through a video. I've noticed that if the subscribers come in through video, like they subscribe on an actual video page, those I sometimes keep. It's the ones where they view from my watch page. And if you notice, all the subscribers that disappear every day, it's never by video, unless except for like when I piss off the Trumpers, and I expect that. But on normal days where they just take away a certain number every day, it's always on the watch page where you can't track it. You can't go to the video and see what they said. There's no exit reviews or anything like that. So it's clearly obvious that they're using their algorithms to destroy some channels, sabotage some channels. And it's pretty clear that they're just blatantly lying about other things, because there is no selling of a why the fuck was that doing that? Like I said, there was no selling of guns in that video. Nothing at 216, nothing in the description, but they keep repeating the same lie. Like, oh, we looked at it again, and at 216, there's no way you looked at it. You've just decided certain channels get dinged, and that's all you've done. And I'm just getting so sick of dealing with that shit from YouTube. Like I said, my main goal is to help build a better Second Amendment community, back where people value the Second Amendment again. They get rid of their FUDisms, they get rid of their prejudices, etc. That's my whole goal, and to educate people to be able to counter the anti-gunners arguments. And then other secondary is to help animals. And it all is so hard because of the way YouTube operates. And look at how they were clearly holding my channel down. If that had been not doing that for the last 5 years, my channel would be over 1 million subscribers. Now, I sat down, did the math, I'd have like 1,230,000 subscribers if that week was typical for the last 5 years they've been holding me down. So it's clear that they don't want certain channels around. And since my channel doesn't take partnerships or promotions or anything like that, the viewers are the only ones that fund my channel, so that's fine. But I don't care about monetization, stuff like that, as much on YouTube as I do just being able to exist. But they want to give you strikes so that they can get rid of you. And they want to give you strikes on things like violating the rules on selling guns when you're not doing it. And they just make up examples of it. If I show a gun, and I've noticed if I show a gun in the title of my video, they flag it. They've put my videos back to private before. I've gone and looked for a video I uploaded that day and made the set to go live, and it's been put back to private and then I get a letter saying, "Oh, this video is in violation of blah blah blah." So they're just full of shit, and it's getting tiresome dealing with them. Jack Bauer here, real quick, chimed in and said, "Is there a way to show these on the?" I don't guess so. But wait, can I click on it up here? Yeah, there we go. I think that shows it. Can you all see that? I don't know if you can or not. Hi, Yank. Looking to buy a new carry revolver. Ooh, they're asking my opinions on things when I'm hot. We'll see how this works out. 357 mag. Look to be spending 600 to 900 ish. Would have you buy a Kimber K6 double action single action SDR LCR X 3-inch 357 or Smith & Wesson 60 Pro, or any other suggestions? Well, if you're looking at those and you want 357 Magnum, the best gun in that bunch is the Kimber K6S double action single action. If you can find one that price range, which I think they're in that price range, grab one of those. Those are the best made revolver in that size on the market that holds 6 rounds. I might also suggest one other that you look at would be a Colt King Cobra. Very similar, a little bit, tiny bit, no, really not even much bigger than a K6S, but in that same category. 6 rounds, also 357 Magnum, and it's a Colt. So I would suggest you look at that one first before deciding on any of those. But out of those, the Kimber K6S would be my first choice, and the LCRX would be my second choice because the LCRs are awesome. Now we got another question coming in here. Danny Pennant. This was only ever going to end one way. Until then, we do it for the Constitution and the animals and those in need. We are all in this together. Yeah, you're absolutely right. There's only one way this can end. They'll get rid of my channel, because my channel's obviously been tagged to be, harassed and obviously held down in the algorithm. So there's no way you can fight that. How do you fight that? This is not a level playing field. They have all the power, the people who run Meta and YouTube and Facebook, all that stuff. They've decided what kind of people they want to be heard. And the only people they want to be heard are people who present the extremes of 2 different opinions. Because they want everyone to have to choose which one of those 2 extremes they agree with. So therefore, they never meet in the middle. So if you're not a fear monger, if you're not doing, on here every day, like, this is why they hate you and you should hate them. This is why this is happening. It's not because of the billionaires that are consolidating all the money. The reason you ain't got a raise in 10 years, even though it's the billionaires you work for, is because, some mother got WIC for her kid. She's getting formula for free. Excuse me. They do shit like that constantly. It's kind of like that meme that shows the church that has the sign out front, and it says, instead of saying, why is Narcan free, and why is Narcan free and my insulin costs $200? The church says, well, that shouldn't be the question. The question should be, why isn't my insulin free? Instead of bringing the Narcan into it, because why do you got to hate on another group just simply because you're not getting what you should be getting? And it's not the people getting free Narcan that are causing you the problem. All right, I think that's pretty much it for. I don't see any other comments coming in over here. I just wanted to share that because, like I said, I've been sitting here all day fighting with them while trying to get videos uploaded. And my son got sideswiped. His car was sitting parked on a side street, and it's all snowy down there. And his car got hit. I'm upset about that because I told him not to stay down there, not to park down there. Don't stay at. I've told him many times, don't park on a street when it's snowy. Find a parking lot somewhere. Park there where people aren't normally driving by. So he got his car hit, and then we're going to have to deal with that. So that's another issue I got to deal with right now. That when we got insurance, but and I'm going to make him pay his deductible and everything because he's got a job and he's 26 years old. But not the end of the world, but just another aggravation on top of an aggravating day. Let me make sure there's no comments over here I need to address. What has YouTube done to sabotage? Well, we just went over all that. Playing devil's advocate, do you think it's possible your figure fluctuate like that because the algorithm is fighting bot accounts? It seems like a lot. No, my channel wouldn't get that many bot accounts. And why? And bot accounts, you don't get those unless you pay for them. Bot accounts don't just come for free. You pay for bot accounts. So if I was paying for bot accounts, well, then, yeah, that might explain it. But I've never paid for a view in my life. So wouldn't explain it at all. That would be an issue. Like if I was one of those channels that, hey, I'm going to pay, and a lot of gun channels do this. They'll, a lot of the ones you watch right now have bought a lot of views in their day. Hell, Colio Noir is only where he's at right now because YouTube bought him subs and views to pump his channel up, so they could use him as their, token ethnic guy that loves the Second Amendment and an NRA, that kind of thing. Thanks, Yank. Always miss the live chats. I was lean Kimber K6 double action, single action, but SDR is tempting. The SDR is nice. I will say I did not have a problem with it, and I hope the person who's got it is enjoying it. You could ask him. Kevin Mabry won it, and he's got it already. The only reason I would not give it the nod over the Kimber is the Kimber is made better. It's also more expensive, but it's made better. It's, more refined. Not to say anything bad about the SDR, but the Kimber is better. And also the Kimber has a track record. The SDR doesn't have a track record yet. So it's like buying the first year of a new model car. There's questionable intelligence involved in that. So now, granted, I'm always of questionable intelligence. I like buying guns when they first come out because I'm stupid. And sometimes I do that with cars. All right. Recently, is there a difference between wood and rubber grips on a 4-inch? Well, yeah, one's wood, one's rubber. That's a pretty big difference. Which one you prefer, I guess, would be up to you. But rubber is more grippy and stuff. I just don't like the feel of it in my hands. Why do you think should happen to the people who were busted for opening a hamster fight club? They gave the hamsters cocaine to fuel their aggression. I think they should be given a bunch of cocaine, stuck in a pit, and have to fight to the death. Flint, Michigan is basically the new Gary, Indiana, and NEA will only be 20 miles from Flint. I hope his wife and kids adapt well. I think they'll do fine. A lot of, where you live depends on who you live next to, who you hang out with, and, how close your family is. Because, you can make the best of anywhere you live or the worst of anywhere you live. Now, it is hard. Like, I go back to my hometown and I'm like, could I ever live here again? And I'm like, I don't know. Because every time I would leave my property, like we have property out in the middle of nowhere. If I built a house there, and as long as I was there, life would be fine. And, as long as I was just hanging out with certain people, life would be fine. But when I had to go to the grocery store or go in and get gas or anything like that, it's just misery. It's decay and destruction of a town that used to be nice. And it's drug addicts and homeless people in a small town. It's just too depressing. Danny Pennant, are we allowed to do our normal stuff? What's your normal stuff? I don't know what your normal. Don't bring me into your normal stuff. I don't know if I would consider it normal, and I don't want to have to. Why are you doing early? Are we having a chat tonight? Yes, we're still having a chat tonight. In fact, I'm going to get off of here in just a minute, and we'll get that one set up and ready to go. I'm just trying to catch up on the chat questions over here real quick. But yes, we will be doing a live chat tonight, 6 p.m. Pacific time. Show up. I don't know what our topic's going to be yet tonight. I'm thinking it's going to be about red flag laws. I think I'm going to do a discussion about red flag laws tonight. Why they're bad and how they could be good, but they ain't worth it, that kind of thing. So come armed with your opinions on red flag laws tonight. Why do you like the feel of rubber over wood? I don't like rubber. I hope I said that right. Did your son mail the bowl and pen? I didn't even ask him. His car's been sitting down there snowed in for like the last 3 or 4 days. So I didn't even ask him. I was more concerned about, I'm pretty sure your bowl and pen, if they are still in his backseat, didn't get damaged. So he does have to go start getting, estimates as soon as the roads clear up, which is going to be a couple days. So I'll make sure to ask him before then. Hell, he can get him out back where he's at. There's got to be a post office nearby. I'm going to say, get him out back car if you haven't mailed him yet, and walk him over and mail him. All right, that's it for today. I just wanted to come on here, like I said, and vent and show that when we say things like YouTube treats some certain channels unfairly, it's not just talk, it's actually verifiable. I mean, you can't read that letter, watch the video, and think those two realities exist in the same place. They don't. Those are two different realities. And their reality is the only one that matters because they don't care about the real reality. Whatever they say goes. So that when they go back later and say, like, if you sued them or something for canceling your channel, and they can go, well, no, we warned him here, and we warned him there, and we warned him here, and it doesn't matter if any of that's real because they'll delete everything anyway. So, yeah, it's just a bunch of shit that they put on the channel, some channels. And like I said, if you're not going to be divisive, if you're not going to sell that divided America opinion, if you're not going to try to maintain that divided America opinion, you're either red or you're blue, that kind of bullshit, they don't want you around. You're not serving the purpose that social media is trying to foster right now. And I think that's pretty clear on every single platform. But like I said, I will see you all later. Make sure you come tonight ready to talk about red flag laws. We'll do our regular chat 6 p.m. Pacific time tonight. So I hope to see you there.